are here in Australia, which is very exciting, but you've kind of changed boats a little bit. We've seen the 40 this year, now we've got the 52. What's going on here?
I mean, it's horses for courses, and the idea of doing the Sydney Hobart and the boat team 42 was simply too much, so we're going to do it on the 52 instead.
Indeed, and I bet you're grateful that it's not a 40-footer going.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't sail on the 42, but I've heard plenty of stories, and I don't want any part of that out here.
Is it a bucket list race for you?
I mean, I think it's the bucket list race.
It is a bucket list thing for me, and I quite honestly didn't think I'd ever have a chance to do it. So really grateful to Jim for the opportunity, especially on this boat with this like all-star crew. Really humbled to be a part of it. I'm just looking forward to the adventure and just getting out there and seeing what happens. We are doing a practice start. It's blowing over 40 knots in the Bass Strait right now. I'm glad we're not out there right now. So you just never know what's going to happen, and it's got the reputation, obviously, that it could be really challenging.
You know, Steve and I have been sailing together on this boat since we got it back in 2019. We've had the opportunity to sail in the Caribbean, sailed in the Pacific. We have yet to get to Europe. We were delayed by COVID, but at the end of the day, we were always going to get down to Hobart.
We were all devastated the race had shut down, or the world had shut down. I think what's made you so flexible, though, is the fact that you have a program that involves a 40, it involves a 52. Talk to me about this Callisto racing program that you've got going. And I see a lot of young kids, a lot of females on board.
Yeah, so we all got started sailing in the Midwest, really. I grew up sailing on Lake St. Clair outside Grosse Pointe. Orly grew up sailing both on soft water and hard water.
In Wisconsin, right? Yep.
In Sheboygan. And so I think that's really at the core of what we do, which is it's a friends and family program. As the boats have gotten bigger, the needs to surround ourselves with some world-class talent have become apparent. And nowhere is that more clear than on this particular boat, which you have to take very, very seriously.
100%. And your niece is taking it seriously too.
Yeah, Isabel has joined us here. She was with us in Cows. She's a college sailor at a Maine Maritime. And that's another thing that we're really keen on, which is getting young sailors out on bigger boats, because there seems to be a gap between phenomenal dinghy racing and offshore sailing.
Could not agree more. And while we're talking about testing things and learning and developing, obviously with Orly on board, there's other things that are getting tested and developed on board. Changing from the 40 to the 52, what elements do we have on board that you're interested to see?
Well, I put a whole set of new winch handles that we're just launching now called Grip and Go. So interested to get the feedback from this crew. You know, these guys have done a lot of miles on the ocean, so their feedback's really valuable. Otherwise, it's pretty standard kit. We have a lot of V-blocks. A lot of our new twin blocks that we launched like a year ago, and pretty standard winch package, and we're just gonna keep it all running, and it'll get us there for sure.
Actually doing these races is the goal, right? And it's fun when you do well, and God willing you do, at least your fair share. But I think the more important thing is you get a great group of people together who really love sailing, and they all bring something special. And Steve and Bill Goggins and the team at Harken have been with us all the way back to the J109 and helped us out with the refit of our J125, and we're critical to the Admirals Cup Challenge that we put on with Caro in Cows this summer. We're incredibly fortunate to have those kinds of people involved.
I mean, obviously you've got some good kit on board too, but it's the people that have to push that kit.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some real veterans. We have a tremendously talented foredeck with Ricky McGarvey and Rebecca Coles, both of them back from the Admirals Cup. We have a very talented trimming duo of John O'Swain and Mal Parker, kind of a dream team, man in the kite. We're going to have really, really solid afterguard as well, with Justin Ferris, Stu Bannatyne. We've got Dean Barker coming along. Again, all core parts of the Callisto Caro Challenge this summer.
Coming down now.
On time.
Coming down to
On
the
time.
Hoisting in 5.
Happy to go. Yeah, 6 lengths.
3, 2, 1, hoist.
No problem.
And then our navigator, Soapy Moore, is one of the kind of really key parts of the program. He's been with us since the beginning as well. So doing this with Sophie is going to be an incredible experience. We've got our powerhouse duo of Ben Childerley and Kian Guilfoyle, man in the pumps, which is going to be, a really, really critical part of getting down there. Watching those guys work this summer really convinced me of our need to kind of upgrade our grinding game. And no challenge would be complete without our program manager, Beach Henderson, who is really the heart and soul of the Callisto program. What junior sailor doesn't dream about sailing the Sydney Hobart Race and sailing it with some of your legitimate sailing heroes? The crew that we've been able to put together here is, just going out practicing the harbor with them is a treat. And you're constantly learning. You're constantly pushing your knowledge of sailing. And if you love sailing, I think that just getting out there and doing the race is all you can really ask for. And, we're just going to be focused on having a good time and staying safe and pushing the boat as hard as we can.
Amazing. Well, I'm going to let you guys go for a training sail. It's the countdown's on.
Fantastic.